Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. Tonight in the firehouse, before I settle, I really want to explain the name Rastafari, and for everyone to get comfortable with the name or understand what the name means. The name is only another name for the one. And like I said before, you don't have to call the one Rastafari. You know? You can call the one the I am, God, Allah. I don't know, all the other names around the world that anyone want to call the one. I am using the name Rastafari because the name Rastafari explain the one more clearly than all the other names that have been previously used to describe this one that we're talking about, this one that we call God. And the reason why Rastafari explain God fully, I will explain to you, because I'm a 9th grade general. The word is a 9-letter word. Rastafari. Now this I, the one, stand for the one, universe, because this universe is one. Stand for the one planet Earth, because Earth is one. On the planet Earth you have one race of people living, human beings. Within those human beings, I am the one that watch them all. So I call that one the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari, the one that is within you, watching you. You see what I mean? Now you don't have to, like I said, I am not insisting that anyone must call this one Rastafari. You understand? Call the one what you want. I just use that name because, like I tell you, I'm a 9th grade general. And that name is 9 is a fullness. So this name describes the one fully in all his oneness and exactly where he is as well, within yourself. You know what? Another term that I use regular, I don't use Rastafari, if you listen to me carefully. I always use the word conscience. Because human beings, I reckon conscience is like a smile everywhere, you know, international language, so everyone can understand what it is. So instead of me saying Rastafari, which some beings wouldn't be able to relate them to Rastafari. So rather than teach under Rastafari, I usually teach under conscience, because all can relate to conscience. So the teaching is going to be about this one, the one himself, the eternal fire, if you know what I mean. Now, what is in is out. You know, that's what life is, positive and negative, in and out, night and day, physical, non-physical. So in the physical world, away from the earth, you can observe the sun and the moon. Now the sun is just blazing a one light. You understand? Oneness in its totality. There is no positive and negative within the sun. You know, no male and female, no opposite, just oneness. Good. We move to the moon. There is where we find opposite, positive and negative, male and female, night and day. The moon operates like that, but it can also shed full light, which it receives from the sun. Now when we move within beings, within ourselves, we have what the beings call a mind. And behind this mind, just like outside, is where Rastafari is, the terrible and dreadful one, the one that gives light to the mind. That means no mind can come into the world and receive light unless this one give it to that mind. Doesn't matter which mind it is, because mind is mind. Mind cannot produce light. Just like how the moon couldn't produce it, it have to receive it from the sun. So it goes on the inside. That whoever is shedding light must get it from the one. You see what I mean? Now, like I say, we are a creation of this one. And just like I tell you before, we are creators as well, but we don't create anything like ourselves. We create things that are different from ourselves. And it's so with the Creator. We are not like the Creator. The Creator creates things that is different from himself or herself, whatever you want. There is no him and her in it. That's what I say. Just positive over there. So it creates positive and negative. But it is not positive or negative, if you know what I mean. The one is not positive or negative. Positivity and negativity is what the one creates. You understand? So there is no maleness to God or no femaleness side to the one. You know what I mean? The one is the one, away from all this positive and negative that you are mixing yourself up in. But nevertheless, because we are positive and negative, we can combine these two forces and produce a light. When we produce this light, we are able to see oneness and understand it. See the one who is within, if you know what I mean, and understand things clearly. You see what I mean? But you have to go back to everything. This is a self-discipline thing. And the main reason why I'm teaching the teaching of the one tonight as well, mainly, is to, like I say, destroy the greatest lie that has ever been told to human beings about Jesus Christ being the Son of God. The one have no son. You know what I mean? This is a lie. The one cannot send anyone here. Laws run the universe like it has been from time. Positive and negative. You are here to make a choice. You understand? The one cannot send anyone. There's never been any master on the earth. There don't need to be any masters. And anyone who ever did claim that they was a master was a liar. You see what? They never knew the truth. Because if you knew who the master was, because the one is the master in it, and the one is in all. Conscience is the master. So any man who knew this would have simply said so, innit? You couldn't say opposite if you knew, if you was a 9th grade general and you know the truth. You can't say anything else, can you? You'd have to speak the truth and say, well, God, let's call the one. God is in you. Yeah? You are the one who is making the wrong choice and is not listening to the voice of God within you. You know, but you can't, you couldn't be talking about no going to heaven or anything. What has that got to do with the truth? You see what I mean? But they've used this false, this lie. Well, I say it was the Roman Catholics that perpetrate this lie and use it to brutalize people's natural spirituality. And then over the while people are seconding about Jesus, you know what I mean? It's kind of sickening to realize that beings that God give intelligence to allow themselves to be tricked by such bullshit for so long, even in modern times, you know what I mean? You have people who are fervently believing in a character that don't exist, never has. You know what I mean? They're simply just like what they do when they say Solomon is the wisest man. Use sayings that was already around and put it into the mouth of their character that they claim to be the Son of God. It is one of the most evilous and wicked lie that has ever been told and carry on to be told. You know what I mean? That's why I'm always betting my soul against it. I bet my soul that all those who believe in that idiocy shall end up in the dark regions. You ain't going to know heaven if you don't stop believing in that lie and stop following those men who perpetrate the lie. You want to trace the lie right back to where it began. You hypocrites who call yourself Christian, why don't you have computers now? Go and trace it back, right back. You find out that even though it was the Romans who first adapted it and spread it, it was actually started in Egypt, this Christianity. Yeah, right down there in Egypt they started that. And it wasn't Jesus at first they started with. The man who started it was the first Greek pharaoh in Egypt. And he wanted people to define them, as they call it. I don't even know if that's the word, you know, but worship him as a god. And that's when they created Saparos. We Africans have been fighting against that from the very beginning. He created this idol Saparos, and they worship and call themselves Christian for over 200 years before they come to the Council of Nicaea and then created the character of Jesus. Them days Mary wasn't even around. They had some more meeting and then created Mary and Joseph. So you see, it's all a lie. It's only a made up story. Nothing can go like that. No God could be that stupid. What would be the point of sending your son and man just get more evil anyway? But nothing goes like that because people don't know the one. The terrible and dreadful one that I'm telling you about that dwell within. The one that is beyond the mind. The one who is the teacher. And the one, this one, if this one teaches anyone like he teaches me, then I can teach the entire universe. Don't care what dimension you come from, or where you claim, or how high you think you is. Because you cannot be higher than the one. My master, you know. So I can stay in the low earth here, which is the most densest dimension, and teach all the dimension. Like I tell you, they have a saying here on earth, in my Father's house there is many mansions. Well, I go in any of the mansion. You see me? Because I'm the 9th grade general, the one who knows the one that dwell within. And his secret agent memory. Yes, the one that dwell within has got a secret agent in you, yeah? Never mind, I hear some people about reading Ashka records. We don't bother about Ashka records. You've got a memory in you. Beings have the history of the world in them as you live. As you live, you record what you're doing, and how you live and what happened here. So for your time that you are spending here, all your deeds and action and what you've done and how you did it, we've got that recorded in your memory. We'll see if you make any effort to change. You know, whatever it was. But don't think for 1 minute that anything goes amiss. No, nothing goes amiss. You know what I mean? So really, the teachings now really is to get away from this, like I say, the idea of masters are any great beings. Like I tell you, all of us are just human beings. We are not the one and we are not the truth. No human being can be the truth. None of us can capture the truth and say to the rest of beings, listen, if you want it, you have to come to us, because you can't do it. It cannot be owned by anyone. You know what I mean? And if anyone did learn the truth, they would explain how they learn it and who teach it to them. They would never ever come and claim that they was any masters and all this kind of thing, you know what I mean? And would never allow anyone at all to put them up on any about something which is just natural and normal. You see what I mean? These things wouldn't happen. So these people who are believers, not knowers. Imagine we are living in a life where you can know. Everyone should know the difference between when you believe something and when you know it. And yet you have a lot of people believing that yes, this God up in heaven, I don't know where the heaven is and which God is up there, but as according to them, there is one up there. And he was up there with his son, and then he sent his son down here. So you lad can murder the son. You know what I mean? But nothing don't go like that. That's just a story. The story of Jesus has been used to keep millions of minds in ignorance. Even up into this day, it's unbelievable. The amount of idiots that is still captured by a story that made no sense whatsoever. Why? They don't know it. None of you, when you would listen to the words anyway, because you're so fervently in love with Jesus. But none of you who believe in this Jesus know Jesus. Well, I know that for that. You just born the other day. The character never exists anyway. But if the character did, the character died about 2,000 years ago. Now imagine that God is in you, yeah? And you are supposed to know the God who is in you. You refuse, and you are talking about some being outside yourself who you've never seen, you don't know, never met. All you do is hear about this being, and you have all your faith in that. That's disgusting and sick. That an intelligent being would refuse the intelligence that is in themselves and go and listen to goons and let goons tell them that yes, this is the Son of God, you know, or the prophet of God, and believe in that and ignore the God that is in yourself. You're goddamn weak heart and coward. That's why I say to them. Yeah. Well, these believers then, I would like to challenge all believers, doesn't matter which one of them. Go and get your highest master, preach. We'd like to have I say we should organize a wise idol. Those who are claiming that they know God, to come out and speak in front of the public. So the public can hear who is talking sense and who is talking nonsense. And I alone am challenging all at the head. I want the best brains in each of you religious men to step forward for a debate. Because you are believers. You know? And I'll show you, in this debate, it will be seen that your house is built on sandy ground. And that I will definitely blow them down. You see what I mean? Belief cannot stand against knowing. But yet, the great majority is into belief. You believing in God. Which God are you believing in? Not the God that is within you, the God that is up in heaven. You see, they always get you to believe in something, not in, but out. They say, oh yeah, God is up in heaven. No. Believe in Jesus who is yours. Anything that to stop you understanding who you are within yourself. You have been diverted away from who you are. Even under Christianity, they go as far as to tell you that you was born in sin. So that means you are not capable then of reaching any higher heights. You know what I mean? Because you are a sinner. Well, if you was born in sin, that would be God's fault, isn't it? If we are the only other way we was born in sin, yeah, the world, if you call in wickedness sin, yeah, we was born into a wicked world. But that doesn't mean we was wicked, because we was born innocent. You see what I mean? So the world might have been wicked, but we are not wicked. So we have been deceived when we don't know ourselves. And if you don't know yourself, you can't know who the one is. You see what I mean? And like right now, like I say, the world is full of all kind of false preachers and teachers. Like to challenge all of you. All of you who know some advanced master. I don't even want to speak to you. Go and get your goddamn advanced master from whatever planet he is and bring him here in the fire. Let's see if he's wiser than the one that dwell within all. Or is your advanced master one of them beings that dwell within all beings at the same time as well? Eh? All you who know, like I say, aliens, advanced beings, or you are channeling from whatever dimension you're channeling from. Go and bring your wise men or your advanced beings and bring them in the firehouse. Let's examine what they advance about and what they know and who teach them their advancement and their understanding. Did they learn it from the one who is within all? Or don't they know that this one is real? It don't look as if a lot of people know, because they're showing a lot of disrespect to the one I say. Because their master is always out. When the Supreme Master is in, and yet you never learn what you know from this one. So if you never learn what you know from this one, who did you learn it from? Maybe somebody is tricking you again. There's a lot of tricksters on the spiritual road. A lot of people like to set up themselves as high masters. You see what I mean? When I know, like I'm telling you, there ain't no master. Yeah, well, there is a master, the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within all. So if you, as a human, want to know who the master is thy conscience, the giver of light within beings. It has always been the master. There is no other master. Any human being at all who is just like we say, if you're on this earth and you're getting sunlight, you must receive it from the sun. So if any mind ever what had come out of woman ever receive light, they had to receive it from the one that was within. Because it is the one who is within who give light to the mind. If the mind is ready, that is, because a mind that is not fit cannot receive light still. You see what I mean? So if one prepare oneself, one can receive the light from the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, the High General, the one that was in the beginning. You see what I mean? I tell you, like just like I tell you, I'm a 9th grade general. You'll have to watch the play in numbers. This thing work in numbers. Here it is. The 1 and the 9. Is it? That's what it represents. The crook. The 9. So we start at the beginning with the 1. You see what I mean? The 1 is the first. And it ends at the 9. The last and highest positive number outside of the 1. And when you reach there, it's a cycle return of the terrible and dreadful one that was in the beginning. You see what I mean? So I'm teaching the teachings of the 1. Not no second or no third in command or no angel or archangel. The 1 himself. I am the front man for the 1 himself. I say sometimes, I know that is beyond the imagination of most beings to understand, I suppose, that one could actually know the 1. Yeah, but one can know the 1 and I know the 1. To the fullest. That's why I say when I speak, I kill anyone in the universe with the words that I speak. Even if you was 40,000 wise man, all you could do is agree with it. And if you don't agree with it, you're not wise. Because if you disagree with my words, you are disagreeing with the words of conscience. Because all I'm doing is reflecting the will of the terrible and dreadful one. And any being, anywhere in the universe who disagree with the words that come out of my mouth is disagreeing with the one, not me. I don't care, you can disagree with me as much as you want, because I am not here to win any contest with anyone. You know what I mean? This ain't a competition to see who is the best teacher and who know the wisest. I don't know nothing. You see what I mean? So I don't care how you feel or how you think. Once I deliver the will of the one. You see what I mean? You have any argument? Go and argue with thy own conscience. You see what I mean? Because the words, like I tell you, the truth ain't mine. I don't have to defend them or fight over them. And I don't want to either. You know what I mean? So I can say what I want. Because I know that it's the truth. You see what I mean? And no one can defeat it. How is any being going to defeat what is truthful and right? It can't be done. It doesn't matter who or where you come from, in what dimension, you can't do it. No being whatsoever. Because I'm telling you, ninth grade general knows the one personally. So if I know the one personally, how is it going to be done? It can't be done. And if I knows the one personally as well, everything that I say must be true, just like how I say it. Exactly like how I say it, it's true. Whether you know it, human beings, or not, that is irrelevant. You see what I mean? But if your goddamn ears was open, and you was living with an honest and truthful intention, you would know the words and hear them clearly and understand that, yes, this is the word of God. For real. Because you think God is going to start speaking out the sky? God worked through man. Just like how the devil worked through man. Well, not the devil, you know. The devil don't work through you. You choose to do devilish work and carry out the actions of negativity. But that's got nothing to do with the negative one. That's just a matter of your choice. You see what I mean? But you ain't going to meet this one, are you? Because the one works through those who choose the one then. So because I choose the one, I know the one. And when I say I know the one, I don't forget this is not a belief thing. I am a Noah. And not an ordinary Noah either. A supreme Noah. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. One that knows to the fullest. One who swims to the depths. To the fullest authority. You know what I mean? That the depths that I am speaking of, no being in the universe can contend the words. They can agree with them, but they can never, ever, 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 as long as eternity lasts, dispute them. Those who dispute them stay in the ignorance that they are in. See what I mean? Yeah, so when you hear my words, you can dispute them. But you can dispute them as much as you want. Like I say, I am not in... Don't try and win any competition with me, because I'm not in any. I have never claimed to be any master or anything or nothing. I claim that the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, that force that we call God, Allah, Jah, whatever name you want to put it, I claim that this force is in you, watching you, along with his movie cameraman. Memory. Now, you dispute it if you want, you know what I mean? And along with him in there watching you is the negative master himself, the one that's being like to call Satan. Then. That one is there, in there as well. Observing all that is taking place within the movements of what we call life. The thing is, like I say, because everything is positive and negative, male and female, in and out. Most people don't pay attention to the invisible side of life. And this is where the one is dwelling. Because the one is not a visible one as it was then, if you know what I mean. But most people are, I think their eyes have drawn them, their attention has been drawn to the outer. And most of their life is spent in the outer. Hence the fact that they are always seeking outer masters. People will leave from wherever they are if they have the money, go to Tibet or India or whatever, like I say. They never go to Africa and look for any master. But they always go around these other places, they say. And all that time the master is within themselves. So if the master is within yourself and you are traveling around the world looking and searching for a master, that means you must be looking for the shadow of the master rather than the real master. Because the real master can only be found in thyself. And if there's any man who is teaching them or trying to help guide others, if he is not telling them and advising them that the leader of the pack is within themselves, then he is no teacher and he don't know nothing. You see what I mean? Because a lot of people are hiding, like I said, you are camouflaging yourself behind fancy names and all that thing. But the one within don't care if you are a shapeshifter. If they want to claim that you are a shapeshifter, or if you come from any different dimension, all that is irrelevant to the truth. We don't care what you are, if he's a monster, shapeshifter, if you come from the 49,000 dimension to get here. Once you come into earth, you are in firehouse. And you are in the presence of the terrible and dreadful God that dwell within all. And you are a being in this, you're not out of this universe, you are in it. So if you're shifting shape, that's no problem. You're still going to be judged for you coming here shifting shape and fucking about then, you know what I mean? When you should be coming here learning the law. So the law or the truth don't care what any being want to claim that they are or where they're from or what they're doing. We are trying to hide behind mysteries, you know what I mean? Instead of hiding behind all these elaborate names that you're pretending to be and who you know, what you want to do is do the simple lessons of earth. Learn to live honestly with a clean intention in thy heart. That is the laws of earth. You know? And it goes for all those who can shapeshift or if they come from any different dimension. You see what I mean? We don't care. The truth don't care where they come from. Because that's not where you come from is not the truth. And how advanced you is not the truth either. No one is interested in advanced beings and beings who can shape and go to different dimensions and go and read the Oscar records or whatever you speaking to beings. That is not the lesson that you are here to learn. You are here to learn the one that who is within and the ways of that one. All these other things that you are talking about is a distraction away from knowing the real truth that is within all human beings. You see what I mean? Because you should be guided by your conscience. Conscience is the guide, you know. And yet one has abandoned conscience to go follow some being that you don't know. Whether they call the being the Buddha, Mohammed, Jesus, Selassie, you mention in all these beings. All that is just false and hypocritical. That's not truth. What has man got to do with truth? The truth is not a man, is it? So how you following a man when you're supposed to following the truth? So people get deluded that kind of way and they don't know where truth is. When all the time truth is within thyself. You see what I mean? I watch a movie there, you know. Well, I watch it long time. But it will help explain what I'm trying to get at here now with the one. If you ever watch the trilogy of The Matrix, and watch the one where I think they call the guy Neo, where by going, but he went and he's like he met the Matrix, and he's asking the Matrix like how Sergeant Brown is going on with all these things, and the Matrix is telling him now, oh, nothing to do with me, you know. Because that's nothing to do with the mind. It's like Sergeant Brown choose to go on them kind of way still. Now, when he get past the Matrix, he end up in a place where there was light. Yeah, because behind the mind is the one. You see what I mean? But we are in the mind, where positive and negative dwell. But like I tell you, positive and negative can create a light. And this light is what is going to give us our understanding of the one. And once you have the understanding of the one, you have understanding. You can see, you know, that everything, you will see the oneness of life instead of division. The oneness of us all instead of black and white and all them kind of things, you know. When you know the one, you know oneness in its entirety. Like I say, one universe, one earth, one race of people, human beings. And within those human beings, the one spirit that watch them all. Because the human beings that you are seeing, their body are not them. The spirit dwells in them, and the spirit have no color. Like I tell you many times, if you ask any of them what color the mind is, they don't know, because we don't have a color. We are spirit. But you're not going to know these things, like I say, if you don't know the one. And you're not going to know the one if you don't strive to live self-discipline. And if you don't try to live self-discipline, that's when those who believe is going to capture you and have you living on a false promise, hoping that you are going to end up in heaven. You ain't going to end up in no heaven. There's no place called heaven. What they are on about? There's a place called heaven, you know, still. But they are leading you the wrong way, you know what I mean? The heaven is within thyself. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all will be added unto you. Well, the kingdom is within you. And when you get to know yourself, all the understanding that you need will be added, given to you. But first, you must seek ye first. But right now on earth, you'll find that beings don't seek the kingdom of God first, you know, or seek the truth. They're seeking each other first, like the man is seeking a woman to love, and the woman is seeking a man. So they spend their life doing that, seeking each other. But none of them seek out God first before they seek each other. Because if they don't seek out God first you seek out God, and then seek and the woman seek out God and you meet, then everything is alright. But none of us is seeking out God. And even if one of us is seeking out God, the other one isn't. And the one that isn't will always mash things up, like I say. You know what I mean? Because they don't have the understanding of God to sustain a relationship then in an honest and truthful way and grow spiritually, you know what I mean? They will always just leave it into just the physical excitement of such behavior where you don't have to be honest, you know, lying and cheating can go on, you know, but they don't want to move it up into the higher form where honesty apply as well. You see what I mean? But when you don't do that now, that blind you, because most of the beings cannot control their sexual center. You see what I mean? It drive them away, so that use them and make they have to go around telling all manner of lies just for a bit of sex. But the lies that you are telling, you are blinding your understanding. You'll never, no being can develop when they are so wily under their sexual desires. You know what I mean? We never say you couldn't have sex, you know. In fact, like I say, if two partners was together who was honest, they can have sex 5,000 times a day if they have the energy. You know? But to have sex with even two different women in a day, no, that's wrong. You see? But with one woman, that you and she is blend, you and she could have it 100 times a day. No problem. Problem is now when you what you call and loose then, you know. Then your understanding cannot develop. So alright, coming back to the terrible and dreadful one that we're giving the lesson about now. So if God is in us, yeah, who are these church people talking about Jesus? Who is the Pope talking about? When your understanding develop proper, you'll see that these are just phony, lying, deceiving beings who have no idea at all who or what God is, you know. Because if you know that God is within you, the real and living God, and you know that for certain, how could you now be setting up some organization and claiming that this God sent his son, when you know in your heart that God can't send any son, don't have any son to send, because God is here himself. God is within thy own being. So if God is within thy own being speaking to you, why would he have to send sons and prophets and all that? No, nothing don't go like that. This is the idea of, like I say, sick mind beings. And you can watch them as well. The churchmen, they support the religious and the organization that run earth to the fullest. They endorse the system. Even though if they was honest in their church, if the church system was honest, they will be criticizing, they will be the first to curse the political system, but they are always the first to endorse it. It is their business. They are part of the corruption. They are the part that pacify your mind. You know, like when you have two policemen, one good cop, one bad cop. So you can say the ruling force then are the government is the bad cop. And the churchman now is the good cop. Say, no man, yeah, right. Don't worry what him doing, man. You'll end up in heaven, man. Endure the suffering, man. You know what I mean? But this man is a sick man. But like I'm trying to warn this man, you know. You, Mr. Religious man, Pope man and all that. You must, you don't fully understand it. You can't do anything. You must think because you are in the Vatican or whatever. Most of your secret don't come out. In the ways of truth, we don't need your secret out because we already have it. It's already on your memory. The people might not know that you're pretending, but the one who is within you sees everything that you're doing. You can't hide. You know, like say me speaking now, as the soldier of the truth. I don't have to watch my back against anyone, any human being, because my master is within all. That's how the one works. He's everywhere at once. Sees everyone. It's like if I'm on the computer and we're on Twitter talking. I don't need to see the other being. The one will be watching them to see if their intention is honest and truthful, or if they are deceitful and lying, or if they are pretending to know what they do not know. You see what I mean? Because they don't know what they're dealing with when they're dealing with the fire general. You understand? I am not in any competition with anyone. I'm trying to prove anything. Be careful when you deal with me, that's what I'm telling you. Because my master is within you. He's the one you should be worried about, not me. See what I mean? Okay. If you don't act smart with me, because to act smart with me would be to act smart with the one. You see what I mean? That we are working high, what I call high science. So when you see me talking, or you watch one of my video, or you meet me, don't be playing smart with me or going on clever. You know what I mean? I think that you're clever. Because you won't be doing it with me, you'll be doing it with the one. You are testing the words of the one. Or you are disagreeing with the words of the one. And when I say they are the words of the one, I mean they are the words of the one for about 49 trillion, billion, fillion, up and some more zillion percent the word of the one for certainty. You know, the one that dwell within all. The one that is beyond the regions of all mind. All mind. Not just some mind, you know. All minds. So all beings are in the mind because the one is where the one is. Only the one is where the one is. All beings are in the mind. And this one, my master, is beyond all of you. And his soldier as well. The words that the one soldier speak is beyond all minds. All minds can see it though, you know. Yeah. Just when the moon can see the sun, that's where it's receiving light, but it's still beyond the moon, you know? So it's the same way with the words of a fire general. Way beyond any mind, you know. You don't see me worried about, I've heard of great beings on there, Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, Confucius, all kinds of things. But you don't see me worried about them in it. You think, do I look nervous? If I should ever meet them? No, nobody about who you want to claim. Because I know the one, and the one is the masters of masters of masters of masters of masters. And whoever masters. You see what I mean? The one is the teacher of who beings would deem them to be masters. You see what I mean? My master that I know, personally, you know, we don't believe, this is not when we say, oh, we believe in God, you know. There is no believing knowing the one. It is just a knowing. You understand? A knowing that the terrible and dreadful one himself, Rastafari, the high general, yeah, is within all man who ever live. Dead one and the one who live now and the one who shall come before. Right now at this very moment, is within them. As I'm speaking, you see what I mean? Everywhere at once, male and female. But like I say, not many know this one. And not many can teach, like I say, you can't teach about the one if you don't know the one. Believers, you have a lot of teachers who are believers, are presumers. You see what I mean? But knowing is nothing to do with believe or presume. Knowing is like when you know that, yes, this is a glass and it has water in it. So what we deem to be God then, just for a matter of speech, or the source. I know that one. You know what I mean? So I don't have to believe in the one. I know where the one is. You know what I mean? The one is my teacher. You know, like when you go to school and somebody teaches something. You know? That's how I get to know the one personally. You know what I mean? And in the end as well, the one reveal himself to me personally. Like I say, I know that might be behind your comprehension, but that's why I'm so certain, because I've seen the terrible and dreadful one that is beyond the mind. You see, where light come from. That means, if just like, well, nothing goes like that, but what you say, if God was up in heaven. When I'm teaching, if there was angels up there and they have wings, they would keep the wings clipped to the side. Or if they wasn't doing that, they would flatter them in enjoyment and pleasure when they hear the truth spitting out from the soldier of the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself, the high general. Like I say, if you don't like that name, you know, that's just the way I like to address the one then, you know. But I'm not saying that you must use this name. The name of the one is irrelevant, because no matter what name we use, the name is not the one. Names are just to describe. So when I said at the beginning before about the name Rastafari, it's just a name to describe the one more clearer. And the name Rastafari can do it more clearer than if you say God, Allah, whatever. You know what I mean? But doesn't mean that it's a better name. It just means, like I say, it's a digital name. It makes things more clearer. One universe. No, don't start there, man. It's a 9-letter word. And 9 in itself is a fullness. Because when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when you reach there, you have to bring back the 1. So the name Rastafari is a fullness. You see? Rastafari. But at the end of it come the I. One universe, one planet Earth, one race of people, human beings, the one spirit within them. If you don't want to call it spirit, call it conscience. The one conscience, watch it you have. And that is the one. Because everything in God's creation is oneness. It might appear in diverse forms, but it's still one. If you dig deep enough, that is. You have to leave from the shallows to the depths to grasp oneness, you know what I mean? Because on the surface it don't look like oneness. Because I say we get deceived by the body. You know, because we have different color bodies, but we are not our bodies. We are spirit living in a body. You see what I mean? So that's why we appear diverse even though we are one. Excuse that. But we can see this oneness if we change our ways. If we stop believing and live. Because everyone knows the truth. So all you have to do is to be honest. Live the truth that you know. You know you should not steal. Don't do it. You know you should not. Whatever you know that you should not be doing, stop it. When you do this honestly, this is how you grow. This is how you're going to develop your understanding. Come to the realization that you cannot die. Life is an eternal thing. You see what I mean? And to simply live your life without thinking, just sexing and enjoying and partying and what you call having the best day there. It's a waste of life. You know what I mean? Because you'll have to reap the ignorance if you don't do something about it while you're living. You know what I mean? The old saying will apply. You're going to reap what you sow. You know what I mean? While you are busy enjoying your party and having your fun, I am trying to tell beings the truth. They are laughing, isn't it? So you don't know what you're on about, and it's all bullshit. So you are laughing, and when you hear the word of God, you never support it. You know? You go and support those who talk shit. Oh well, you will reap whatever they are getting with them as well, for the praise and the support that you give to them. And you ignore the truth. Like I'm saying, you know how long I've been speaking the fire? I say this year is 30 years. And I was telling my friend here, Marius, in that 30 years, you are the only man who I've seen come along and say, yeah, I will help and do, you know what I mean? No one else come near the fire to say, oh yes, you know what you're doing is good. We'll support you either this way, we'll give you a pair of shoes or something, I'll give you something, I'll help you in some way, I don't know, but just help. No one offers to help. You see, this job have to be done. That's why you see, but I don't need the help of anyone if they don't have. I go out, find ways and means of speaking it myself. You see what I mean? Make video and put it out. Before video was around, I make tapes and try and put it out, you know. Walk on the street, do anything, you know what I mean? Write book, try and write. I'm not a writer, but I write book, you know, to try and spread the road. Me alone do anything, I try anything, you know what I mean? Don't matter if you cowards, like I say, want to stay out there and don't help. and don't fight. You only got one life anyway. So I don't know how the fire of truth cannot be ignited in you. And if you hear the truth, you don't, in your heart, do what you can to support the truth. People do all kind of things to support things in life, you know. They support musicians, back them painters, they do all kind of things to support those who they claim is the good footballer, the good singer, or the good. But when them hear the good man of truth now, nobody don't support him, you know. Nah, man, the man of truth is ignored. No, because no one want to hear the truth. So why would they support it? Have they got any billionaire out there who is a truth lover? Yeah, I'm appealing here now. Not to poor people, you know. Because I don't need money from poor people, you know. I say I'm looking for a billionaire out there. You know how long I want to fix my teeth, billionaire, truth lover. When you hear the pre, you can fix my mouth so I can talk better. You know, it's not a vanity thing. Or what you can do, then you can, if you have radio station and television station, you see how you have in place that publish book or anything. Give us a voice. Give us room so we can speak. We're not looking wage, you don't have to pay us. But just give us the exposure so we can reveal the truth, the real truth to the world. You see what I mean? You won't be supporting me, you know, like say if some billionaire give me some money you won't be supporting me. Don't ever think you'll be supporting me. You'll be supporting the truth. And you'll know it's the truth in your heart, because you'll hear me speaking the truth in it. And you'll say, yes, that is the truth. The truth should be supported. So you support the truth. Because I'm called a feisty man. I don't beg human beings, you know. I don't beg friends, borrow them, you know. So I'm not going to do anything to please human beings. I do things to please the truth. Speak the truth. Doesn't matter who it upset, even if it's my mother, you know. I don't care. You want to black, white, anybody. Because like I tell you, I don't deal with races. You see what I mean? I deal with the truth. So this is 2014 then. So in 2014 then I'll be going out on video and making an appeal for anyone, any truth lover who hear the word of truth. It's time for you to support truth. So if you hear all the video then, what you can do to support truth? Spread it and let your friend hear it. You see what I mean? Spread the word round, say, here, listen to the fire. And anything else that you can do to help the fire, I would say, yeah, that is welcome. You know what I mean? Anything that you can do to help reveal where the true God is, I help those who are trying to reveal it to the human being. Because this is releasing the mind from out of darkness. And so the mind has been, human beings have been living through a long night. The long night of the soul, but the light is coming, the day is coming. So I, the fire general, is here to reveal the daylight that is within all. I'm not asking anyone to believe anything. No one should never believe anything. Don't believe in any God. Because if you believe in God, the God that you believe in is false and idiotic. What you should do is get to know God. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to believe this God that I'm telling you about. You can get to know this God. But you have to self-discipline. To know the real God, you have to examine yourself as a being. And when you find that you have faults, make correction to these faults. And when you make these corrections, the one will be revealed to you, are the ways of the one, the laws of the one. You see what I mean? But you must make this correction. Without you making this correction, this one, the ways and the laws of this one, will never reveal themselves to you. Because it will only do it when one behave themselves. He won't reveal himself to a believer. No unbeliever has ever known the laws of the one. Because belief blind you. So non-believers can do it. Whether you believe in Jesus or Muhammad or whoever you believe in, you cannot know the truth. Because that belief is stopping you from growing. You'll never grow. You see what I mean? And another thing I like to clear up as well, because I'm always attacking religion. If anyone religious is listening, no matter which denomination you are from, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, I am not saying that you should throw away your religion. You know what I mean? I am saying that you should live honestly within your religion. And I'm also saying that those who set up the outward form of your religion, because every religion is just like human beings, positive and negative, in and out. You understand? So the outward form, every religion have an outward form, an outward body, just like how every human has got a body. Yeah? But everybody's got a soul in it, a hidden part to it. And every religion has as well. It's got an outward form and an inner form. You see what I mean? So the outward form is where you find the hypocrites. Whether it's in Christianity, Islam, Rasta, Jew, doesn't matter. Those who set up the outward form don't really know the truth. The truth is in. So if you was a Muslim and you live honestly, you would know the truth of Islam. And if you was a Christian and you live honestly, you would know the truth of Christianity. But you have to live honestly. You can't pretend to be a Christian while you're lying and hating, you know what I mean? You can't pretend to be a Muslim while you're deceiving your brother, telling lies. You hate Christians, or Christians hate Muslims. And you're in some rival. You can't know the truth that way. But if you live honestly now, as a Muslim, yeah, you know. But if you are following what they tell you, the outside man tell you to do, then you are lost. Because your religion is not about that. Your religion is about living honestly. And if you live honestly now, you will make connection with the living God that is within. You know what I mean? The God that you don't have to believe in. The one that you can know, you know what I mean? The one that the fire general know. You know? No, for like I say, a lot of trillion and billion knows for certain is within you. So when you know that, no, like I say, ninth grade general, we just speak the truth. You see what I mean? So, and the truth, high truth as well, or low truth, you know what I mean? But when we're dealing with the one now, we're dealing with high truths. This one who is way beyond the mind. You see what I mean? This one where you don't find the male and female principle over there with this one. Because this one was the one who created the male and female principle within us. But you know, it don't create things like itself, so it doesn't have that. You see what I mean? It's just fire over there. Firehouse, you know? The house of the terrible and dreadful one, the source of all, you know what I mean? That's what go on over there. Over here now in the moon where we are, you beings are, this is the land of positive and negative. You see what I mean? Now anyone who is over here or whoever come over here, when I say anyone, I mean human beings. And that means anybody who come out a woman, a human being. Yeah? You can't be the one, can you? Because you are over here. And the one is over. It's like say you are the sun. You can't be the sun. Because you are on earth and the sun is where it is blazing its fire. A complete and utter different thing from you. Although you have to live under the light of that sun and draw the energies of that sun. And so it is within with the terrible and dreadful God. No being is that one, but they live under the light. of that one and can draw inspiration and energy from that one, but no being can be that one. And like how we are coming back round today, like you say, because you see we coming from the 1 right to the 9, and I am the 9 now. I am the one who's destroying our teachers, like I'm telling you. There will be no more of that about anybody is any master. That's what I'm doing. I'm demolishing teachers and everything. Myself included, you know. I never said I was a teacher. I says the one that dwell within Supreme Dandada himself. What we more readily known to you as conscience then. It's more easier for human beings to relate to conscience. But conscience is actually the terrible and dreadful God himself. Rastafari, you know. The one that giveth light to any mind. All minds. You see what I mean? So we are coming back round where the one is returning. So if the one was, just imagine the one is returning. Where would you find any masters? You know what I mean? You don't see. If the one is returning, you know the terrible and dreadful God himself, where everyone. Why would you say, oh, Ital is a master? Master of what? This man was master. Master where? Not when you encounter the terrible and dreadful one, and because you're going to know fully that there is only one master. Just like how your mind can grasp already that there is only one sun giving sunlight to the earth. And you fully accept that. Because you know that it's true and there's just no other way about it. So you couldn't come and start praising one of the stars and say, oh, the star is wise, and you know, because the star shine some light and all this kind of thing. You can't do that. When you're coming into an understanding now where you will realize fully that the one within is the master. No master can't exist apart from that one. You know what I mean? What can happen, like I say, simple, if you can get a mirror and reflect the light of that one. So what you can do, or what we can do, our mind is like a mirror. Or like I say, it's like the moon, it can receive light. So if we clean it up, we can get the light from that one that is within and then reflect it back out. Which is what I am doing. But it's not my light. You see what I mean? Just like I tell you, in the physical world, if I get a mirror and I was reflecting the light, you'd be able to tell clearly that it's not my light in it, because you know that it's the sunlight. So it's the same thing now inside, even though you can't see it, I'm doing the same thing. So the light ain't mine. You know what I mean? It's coming from the terrible and dreadful Overmaster himself, Rastafari. That's whose light it is. So if you want to argue with it, say, challenge any being in the universe, living or dead one. If you want to argue with my words, I know for a 500,000 trillion% that you be arguing with the word of the living God. You know? That's why I don't bother about anything arguing. You know? Why should I argue with you? Because you're not arguing with me. It's not my law and it's not my truth. So I don't have to fight you to defend it. But trust me, if you ignore it at your own detriment. You see what I mean? So when I say as an example that I come to destroy idiocy, like the idea of Jesus Christ being the Son of God, that ain't joking, because I know that to be a billion trillion% false and lie and evil and wicked. And I know that it's a device that's been used by the ruling power to brutalize the mind of human beings. You Christians should be sickened, and Muslim as well, if you know what happened, the amount of murder that these people did to introduce these religions around the world to the cultures that you overrun with your brutality. How could God's word be so brutal, introduced at the end of a sword or a gun? It's sickening, but nowadays it's accepted as Oh yeah, it's alright, isn't it? It's not alright, it's poison and sickness to the mind. It's a disease. You know what I mean? And all the beings in it, like I say, who keep on harping lies against the living God. Because that's what you are. You are hypocrites and parasites. And you're speaking against God while claiming to be speaking God's word. You shall suffer double if there is punishment, which there is, you suffer double for your hypocrisy against the will of the living God that dwell within man. You know. You leave, instead of following the God that is within you and teaching people the God within you, you leave, right? And you go on the earth and build up a lot of false temples, big elaborate buildings, and you in there pretending you false and hypocritical, following a lie, when all the time God is in you. And I don't hear you telling your congregation that God is in them. I hear you telling them that the prophet says this, or Jesus Christ says that, and Moses says that, and Abraham and some more brethren. I don't hear you preaching with any passion about the living God that dwell within all. And I know you could never do that because you don't know God. Believers do not know God. You can only know God through honest living. No other way. You can read about God, hear about God, and know God. You cannot know God when you don't love your brother. You cannot know God when you do not realize that the planet Earth is one. You cannot know God when you don't know that all the beings and the planet are one and come from the one source. No way at all. And that is just the first little examination. First little hurdle that you have to settle within your mind to start to grasp what the one is. You see what I mean? First you have to basic. You have to grasp the oneness of life and accept it in your heart as truth before you can step up to level 2. So ask yourself that question when you hear the word, truthfully. Like you hear many people use the word one love, one love, one love. Yeah, you use the word one love, but do you live one love in your heart and feel it? And talk it when you meet people and explain one love to them in its fullness. You know, like the one earth, the one beings, and the one spirit that dwell within them all. Because you have to comprehend all that to understand what one love is. You see me? When I say, you see me, for those who don't understand, because I use that saying a lot. When I say you see me, it means, do you understand what I'm saying? That's the English term, you know. So I say, you see me. Because usually when I finish off a sentence, I say, you see me. You know? You see me mean, do you comprehend what I'm on about? You know what I mean? So all these things have to be done to grasp the idea, like I say, of oneness and what it means, one love. Listen, because people are using this love, love, love. You can only love when you self-discipline and the one teach you love. Because like I say, love is a thing that encompasses all. Love is a thing like how the earth does take care of everybody and all the plants. And a deeper love than that is the universe, because the universe contains all things. You see what I mean? So, can you love all the beings? Can you feel it in your heart that they are entitled to their fair share of the earth, but they have been robbed and deceived by those who invent money to keep man pure? Do you feel it for a man out in the jungle when you see them devastating his jungle? Or do you feel it when you see children suffering unnecessarily in any part of the world? Huh? Do you wish in your heart that every man had the equal share of what was here? Huh? Or when you look, do you see black and white people? Is that what you see? Well, if you see that you are in division and you're not seeing oneness and you could never know what one love is. Listen. Because one love, you have to love everyone, innit? You can't go around hating them, like I say as an example, white people. Say you was a black man, say you hate white people. Because in your opinion, you feel that white people put you under slavery or under pressure. No, white people never put you under slavery. You see what I mean? A few rich individuals go on with that movement. Along, like I tell you, because wickedness is not... one thing you must understand about evil. Evil is not prejudice. And evil is everywhere. So along with these rich and powerful white men who come over there to buy slaves, you actually have some brothers over there who catch you and sell you. As well. You know? You never go like that in every case, you know, but you have brothers who participate. Because they don't care, business is business, brethren. So don't bother kid yourself that black man never sell black man, they never coming down to that crude, catch you and sell you to the white man, never sell you, you know. Yeah, because evil don't care, my brethren, like I tell you before. If you meet an evil black man, he don't care how many black men he kill, is he? He's not going to think, oh, I'm not killing them because they're black. And the white man is not going to think, oh, I'm not killing these people because they're white. If he's wicked, he don't care. Because evil is not prejudice. Evil deal with a different thing, you know what I mean? So, you know, you have to know what you're dealing with. And you can't know these things, like I say, if you don't self-discipline and get to know who you are. Because if you don't, then you are going to fall into the trap of thinking that people is white people and black people and yellow people, you know. And that some people is more smarter than some got IQ and this Q and all that Q and, you know, and all. When nothing don't go like that. And they're trying to tell you, but this man is a master and this man is a The man that they are calling Jesus. Because all it is, even the man they calling Joseph or Solomon and all them, all they've done is steal Egyptian writing and put it into these people's mouth. Even the virgin birth is an Egyptian idea, or some other places around the world have it as well. We have that in Egypt long time before Christianity come up with this. Go back on your computer now and study Egyptian history, African history, and you will see that these religions, from Judaism to Islam to Christianity, three of them, all they've done is, these are the ones that robbed the ancestors and repackage their ideas back to you. None of the patriarchs exist. Abraham don't exist. It's a character in their mind. Moses don't exist. Joseph, Solomon, the wisest boy. What will? Nothing goes like that. They are writing a story. They write themselves into our story while covering it up and make we appear as if we were savages without no intelligence. But they are the one who is spinning this stupid tale on you. And if you trace back Christianity, like I tell you, you'll see that the Africans have been fighting against it from the beginning. Even in the Council of Nicaea, Arius was there objecting to this falseness that the boy them was trying to enforce. Not trying, eventually they did. You know what I mean? But it's a lie. Nothing can go like that ever. And yet here they are, even today they're still there. They don't select a next master of deception calling himself the Pope to lead the criminal, you know, against the law of God. This is a criminal organization. Make me sick. When you see all those things, you know, you feel like vomit spewing up to see how these goddamn, and they give him the praise. But don't worry, we'll meet on the other side because death is coming for these goons. And when they come for them and remove them on the other side, all will be plain to see. Because you can hide, like how we can hide our hypocrisy here. But where we going to won't be able to hide the hypocrisy. You know what I mean? Because if a man know God, a man speak God. And I know for sure, believers cannot know the one that is within, the living God. Because if they did, they would speak that. Instead of following a false, something that don't go like that. You see what I mean? Because these stories are not truth. It's time for you to wake up to the one that is within, the living God. The real fire God. You see what I mean? We one know instead of one believing. Believing is dead. Finish. Anybody who is believing, people should know now that, listen, he's a believer, he don't know nothing. Questioning him and his belief and he won't be able to answer you proper. Believers have to run away. When any believers meet the fire general, they have to run. Whether I meet you on Twitter, right, or I meet you talking in the street, I know your tactics, you have to run. Because you cannot stand and reason, you don't have the words. And if you question me, I can answer you. But when I question you, you can't answer me. I never run away from a battle. You ever hear the truth running away? Only coward run. Or resort to violence and swearing and cursing. Cowards do that, those who don't know what is right and correct. Those who cannot answer you when you ask them deep and the questioning must irritate them. Because they like to pretend that they are some advanced masters or advanced, and you get advanced where? There is no advancements for idiots. You know what I mean? Humble thyself. That's what human be. Humble thyself. Come down from your high pulpit and learn how to live honest and truthful with your fellow human beings. And learn how to answer questions when they ask you genuinely. If you are claiming to be whoever you claim you are. When anyone, I am open to any question. If I can't answer you, I just simply tell you that I can't answer, I don't know, because I don't know everything. You see what I mean? But I'm honest about what I know. And I would never speak words that I don't know. And that somebody could challenge me and I have to resort to anger or start talking bullshit. Start speaking in using words that nobody understand. Like I see some of you doing on the Twitter there. Naming yourself all kind of illuminous beings. Well, you better get back down to earth and live like the common man. We are commoners on earth. You know. Speak the language where the common man can understand. Anyway, I have been rapping for a long time now, and I've been, like I say, trying to reveal where the true and living God is within man. And appealing at the same time says, man, how can you go and follow false prophet? There is no prophet, it's a lie. How come you following Jesus? Nothing don't go like that. You're a goddamn coward, you're a sick. I tell any human being who hear this, you're a sicko for believing it. Well, you could only believe it because you could never know. Because nothing goes like that, ever. It's a lie. And if you continue to believe it, if there's a hell, your soul is going there, along with all those hypocrites who preach things like that. You see what I mean? Along with, well, it's the Pope who lead it and govern it. It was them who conceived of it first. Those Roman Catholic mafias. They are the one who Constantine convened his meeting, and ever since that, these Roman Catholics, they must have murdered a quarter of the world to introduce their mafia business on it. And people are still swallowing it up. Well, anyway, you stay there and swallowing it up, What sweet you might, as my grandmother say, will sour you. What mean it tastes nice now, but later on it will be bitter. Right now, I going to fire out of here, Reel out, fade out, and fire out from the firehouse, man. Rastafari, leave it.